Well. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I am Mike. I'm sitting right here. T-Roy is here as well. Hello, T.
Hey, buddy.
I am the nicest asshole you will ever meet.
I've been told that many times.
Yeah, that's true. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just the nicest person anyone will ever meet.
Sure.
And sometimes you are, in fact, the nicest asshole anyone's
That's
ever
correct.
met.
I can definitely be an asshole.
Yeah.
But it's always comes from a place of love.
It's always great when you're an asshole, and it's deservedly so, and it's not pointed at me. I love that, T.
Right?
Right?
Most people do.
When it's not directed
like the
at you.
truth.
Yeah. There's something extra intimidating about you because you're such a big dude, too.
Yeah.
Like, if you were just a little yay, it'd be adorable. You know, it'd be Napoleon-esque. But you're a big fucking dude, and you can be loud.
I can be loud.
Your voice is very boomy. You have a very radio voice.
Yeah.
But when it gets escalated,
Well,
you know.
don't piss me off. It's
No,
easy.
I go out of my way not to. I'm walking on eggshells my entire life.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What a day. What a day. The weather's turning cold. I had a great call from Dave Landau today. I love Dave.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. Is he one of your favorite comics out there performing today?
He is. I've
He
seen him.
literally is one of my favorites,
Yeah.
honest to God. Honest to God.
Absolutely, yeah.
I wish some of the conversations you and I have had with Dave off the air, I wish we could have on the air
Yeah,
in
no.
due time.
Hopefully.
Hopefully in due time.
Sure.
Because they're great. I just noticed it when I looked up at the clock, and we've got the Easy D poster.
Yeah. That's from,
I don't remember what show that was from, but yeah.
That was when Hat and I went and saw him at Ridley's.
Is that what that was from?
I think so, yeah.
I know I've got a fridge magnet, I think.
Yeah.
That we have
Try
on
and
the
get a little
fridge.
something every time we go.
Yeah, he was super excited when he came in here last and saw that.
Yeah.
It's like, no fucking way. I was like, yeah, dude, you've earned that.
Yeah, that's dope.
You've earned that in the studio.
He does
Troy
great
and
with that, all of his promo stuff, where he,
so good.
Photoshop.
So good. So good. So funny. Just so funny, man. And I honestly, I've said it before, I worried about him and his career because the first time I saw him do stand-up, I was like, this is fucking going to be huge. This guy is too good, too funny. But then I was like, you know what? It's early life stories, a lot of it, like when he was drinking and drugging and all that. And they're 5-star, like, okay, you can only do those for so long before you have to come up with fresh material.
Yeah.
And so then I saw him a couple years later, and I was like, oh, he's going to be just fine.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like,
He's
so good.
involved, absolutely.
Yeah, when that show we went to with him and Crowder, where was that, Fox?
No.
Royal Oak.
Royal Oak Music Theater, yep.
Yeah. And I remember at the time us talking about it, like, security here is crazy. Like, never seen it. Like, usually there's a metal detector, and they just sort of half-ass push people through.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who we were with, but they had to go through that metal detector like 8 times. I don't remember who it was in our group. We kind of got separated. But they had metal detectors every 3 feet. Like, you could not get in that building. And I forgot to ask Dave.
They were worried about.
Yeah, I think they were. I think there was some death threat type things. And so it was like, nobody's getting in here. I should ask him. I think he told me that, though, that night, that there were some, because it was like, I've never
Extra
seen
security that night?
Yeah, I've never seen security like this. It's weird. Anyway, Cece's being really weird.
Yeah.
Before we get to some news of the
Bit
day.
lethargic these last few days.
Dude, I don't know what's going on. Like,
But she seems fine. It's the weird part.
yeah.
You know, normally, like, when they're like, you can just tell their ears are down.
Well, her vagine was irritated for a
Yeah.
while, and I think I've got that under control.
Maybe
but,
she misses you rubbing it.
I still rub it.
Okay.
I rub her belly, just her belly. I don't rub her vagine. That's too creepy even for me. But I
You'll
get her
up
belly.
to the top just a little bit.
Just a no. But we had Callie over here the other night. Tooch's dog, Beagle.
Yep.
And they're about the same age, kind of like Bogey.
Yep.
And Callie was grabbing toys out of Cece's bucket of toys. And Cece's got a gigundous bucket of toys.
More toys than most kids.
Right. And every time Callie would grab one, Cece would run over and rip it out of her mouth and then take
Mine.
it back to the couch. Mine.
Yeah.
Not sharing. Spoiled little brat. And so by the end of the night, Cece is laying on her toys on the couch. There's 50 of them.
Just all piled up.
Just piled up. She's just
Stockpile.
laying there. Dude, she didn't move there. I took her to bed that night. The next morning I come down. The first thing I do is open the door to let her out. Let her go out. She's got to go potty, whatever. She doesn't go outside. So I start making coffee. She goes right in, jumps on the couch, and lays on her toys.
Make sure they're all still there.
She didn't move all day. I had to feed her on the couch So I brought food to her on the couch. She ate.
These are mine.
Mine.
She's on high alert.
Dude, she stayed there for 2 days. Now, today, I bring her down. She comes down for a minute, and then she goes right back up to my room. I'm like, what the fuck? And then she comes downstairs. She grabs a toy, and she goes right back upstairs. She does this 6 or 7 times, grabs one toy, and goes upstairs. She's now laying on a pile of her toys in my room.
I think she's traumatized by the Callie thing, perhaps. Like,
is that possible?
Thought she was losing her toys, and now she's...
She didn't lose shit, though.
I know. She made sure of it.
Yeah.
Well, she's a herder by nature, so maybe she's just herding her toys.
She's a herder, not a hoarder.
Well, it's a fine line.
Yeah. Maybe she doesn't know the difference.
Well, you can't herd them when they're not running.
So right before we started here, I go, T, give me 5 minutes. I'm going to take her for a quick walk, just down to the end of the block and back. My back hurts too much to go for any longer than that, but she hasn't really been out. My mom keeps telling me to take her for a fucking walk. So I'm like, fine, you know what? I'll take her out really quick. So I go to take her. I put her collar on her. She goes ape shit. She's tail wagging. She's barking, and she's excited.
No, she's going somewhere.
She's going somewhere. So I go to take her outside, and she runs into the toy room, and she grabs one of her toys, and she comes running out like she's going to bring her toy on the walk. I was like, no. So I take it. I throw it back in the room. She goes and gets it again. And I was like, no, dude. I take it out of her mouth, and I drop it where your boots are at the back door. And I put her leash on her, and I take her outside, and we start walking. She's pulling me, which she doesn't usually do. We go down the street. We play with Xena, the little dog down the street, a couple doors down.
Poodle?
No, not the poodle.
Oh, Xena's the beagle-ish.
Yes. So I was going to say like a mini Tooch's dog.
Yeah, I get all these dogs mixed up.
Yeah. There's all of a sudden there's a bunch of fucking dogs in the neighborhood.
I told them we're gonna put together a play date.
Yeah.
One of the girls was like,
they all get along really well too.
They do. They were like, nobody's got a fenced-in yard. I'm like, we do.
Yeah.
Put them in back by the pool. Let's have it all together.
Yeah, for sure. So I get down to where Xena is, and we start, and Cece's sniffing butts. We're having some good time. Xena's just laying there like, do with me what you will, kind of thing. And so finally, I go, and I'm going to take her to the rest of the way to the end of the block. Well, she's not having it. She goes left like she's coming back home, and she's pulling hard. And finally, I'm like, we're 2 doors down from the house. I can let her go. Let her go. Books. And she gets to our street, to our driveway, and I'm like, okay, hopefully she's going to make a hard
turn
left here. She does. Sprints to the door, and she's whining and jumping up and down. I'm like, what the fuck? She never wants to enter walk. And then she goes darting to the front door. And I'm like, Cece, I'm over here. And now I'm walking my way back. And so I open the door, let her in. She beelines for that fucking toy.
That was it.
And then she grabbed that toy and went right upstairs into bed.
Right past me, right back upstairs, put it back in the stash.
What the hell is going on?
I don't know. Our dog experts need to chime in. Let us know what's up with that.
It's psychological of some sort. I don't know what's going on.
But she seems fine. You know what I mean? She doesn't like...
She's not eating?
Totally lethargic. She's eating. She's doing all that. She's just, like I said, I think she thought she was going to lose some
Spooked
toys.
a little bit?
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Well...
Weirdo.
Maybe she got creeped out because Callie was humping on her.
Yeah,
Callie's
Callie was doing that, but she's been humped before.
Well, yeah, but
Bogey's humped her.
Bogey's got junk. It's supposed to be that way. Maybe she's a homophobe.
Maybe
there was a chick humping on her and was like, I don't know.
She just sat there and took it though. For the most part, she didn't react like, "Ooh, get off me, dyke."
That's
nothing.
That's what happens when they get raped.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
Shock.
Maybe. Yeah, she's in shock. Maybe. Anyway, on to other things. But yeah, I'd love to hear from people. Walters at DetroitCast.com. RadioFor1.com is live. You can listen there. You can buy merch, T-shirts, tank tops, sweatshirts. I got a response today about member shirts. And they were like, yeah, we're just waiting on the logo, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, you guys designed the logo. You have the logo.
Right?
Right?
Yeah, that seems odd.
They were talking about the ones they sent it out to for processing.
Oh.
So it has nothing to do with us, but they should be sent out by the end of the week.
Excellent.
So there's the update I have right now. Fingers crossed. We all get upset about this. Amazon link, Amazon Canada. I always want to say California when I see Amazon CA.
Yeah,
it's
rolls
Canada.
off the tongue.
Yeah, Amazon Canada. You can see all this at Radio for One. In fact, I don't know.
.eh instead.
Did you go? Is that live now? The new RadioFor1.com. I think Aaron was messing with it over the weekend.
I haven't checked.
And put Radio for One, and then he's got TDC Podcast. He's got DFAS, which is the Dumpster Fire Abortion Shit Show with us and Greg Henson, and then also Chris Newberg's show.
There you go.
On there. And I don't know if that's fully gone live. Maybe you can tell me. He showed me it over the weekend, and I was like, yeah, do that. Kind of puts everything under one umbrella.
Does not appear to be.
Okay. Well, that's coming.
It's coming.
He showed me the ghost one of it then, and it looks good. So,
right on.
My Pillow, use promo code TDC, whether you go to my store and buy the coffee and anything else he's got in there. Just use promo code TDC. Groupon, if you're into Groupon, you can link to our Patreon page. We love seeing Patreon members come through. In fact, T-Roy and I did almost 2 more hours. We did 2 separate 1-hour shows. We did a bonus show yesterday.
Yep.
And we did a news we didn't get to on Friday, maybe?
Yeah, because we didn't do the DFAS. So we used that time slot.
Yes.
To do a news
we didn't let it
get
go to waste. We want to make sure you guys are satisfied and we're putting as much content as we can. I know it hasn't been perfect, but it's been tough with my back, with your job, with just life in general. It's not as easy as it once was. So bear with us, but we put a couple hours of new content in there I think people will enjoy.
Hopefully.
You had some funny stuff about, I'm trying to remember, is it your marriage or divorce?
Yeah, both actually, ironically.
Something like that. I like when it goes off the rails a little bit and gets into some of that stuff, and we get a peek inside your world at one point. It's always interesting stuff. It's stuff that I find very, very entertaining and funny because I've never been through it.
Yeah.
So from afar, it sounds horrible, and everybody's stories is none of them are the same, but they're all equally horrific.
Yeah.
They're all like, this angel I married turned into an absolute nightmare, and here's what my story is. Understanding there's 2 sides to every story, but knowing multiple parties involved, I could say that.
Actually, mine went from a devil to an angel.
Yeah, right.
I married the devil.
Yes.
I got stuck with the angel.
You wanted the devil back. You can't always get the devil back. Anyway.
Always get
what you want. Let's see. What do we got today?
It's Monday.
It's Monday, yeah. The Lions look good.
Oh, my God. I was just going to not even bring it up.
Yeah, I shouldn't either. We own a big... I feel like I owe every week an apology to Greg Henson. Like, he laughed outwardly, was never more confident in, dude, you have no idea how bad this team sucks. And I don't know what the real Lions team is, the one that's outscoring the league in points or the one that gets shut out by a third-string rookie quarterback.
Yep.
Like, I don't know which Lions team is for real.
Well, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think it's coaching. I think they got just jail sex by Belichick.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, the GOAT fucking laid the smack down.
Yeah, but if you got players, you got players. That offense should not be able to be completely shut down.
Yeah, but schemes beat schemes.
Yeah.
If you know it's coming and you know how to prepare for it, and it's probably now that there's a little tape, it's probably getting a little more predictable.
Yeah.
Certain situations. Like I said, I just don't know what the deal is with this coaching staff. I don't know. I know that everybody likes Dan Campbell. I know that the players like Dan Campbell. They want to play for Dan Campbell, and that is half the battle.
Right.
Right? That's half the battle. You get the Patricia, might have been a hell of a coach, but everybody fucking hated him.
Yeah.
So they're not going to go.
Even Matt Stafford hated him.
Yeah. So
Darius Slay left because of him.
Right. But if you can't handle the X's and O's, then it's irrelevant. You know, you should just be head cheerleader or something. And Aaron Glenn, I don't know. I like him. I don't know. Again, these guys all have just player resumes, but how that translates into coaching isn't an automatic.
No.
So I don't know how you can. I mean, name me another defensive coordinator that's had the worst defense in the league and kept his job. None. Basically none.
Yeah.
So how this all plays out.
But if you look at it and you go, yeah, this team has so many holes.
And it might be. You might buy yourself a little time with that.
I can't believe how hard people are coming down on Hutchinson.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just seems premature for that. Like, I don't think he's your problem long term. Maybe he is, but.
And you have to learn. I mean, you are.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably faced one offensive lineman in your entire college career, the caliber of every lineman you faced so far.
Yeah.
You know? And so everybody else you've been able to beat.
Yeah.
There's a learning curve in that. You have to get stronger. That's just a fact. These guys have to bulk up. He's got the speed, and he's got to learn technique.
But you look at guys like the Watts or the Bosas that came in the league and just fucking got on it, got after it.
I don't know their careers extensively enough to know for sure that there wasn't any sort of a learning curve.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't come in and lead the league in sacks their rookie year. But, I mean, that's not Watt. That's not Bosa.
Yeah.
It's Hutchinson. So we'll see. I wouldn't label him a flop by any stretch. Any stretch.
Neither would I.
He's got a motor for days. And I think college and pro, it's one thing you see about these rookies a lot of times in almost every sport is the drop off in the second half. They're just not used to this many games. They're not used to this kind of a schedule.
Yeah.
They're not used to,
Oh, that's coming.
Exactly. So you get that second half drop off.
Well, I was excited for a team that was competitive, understanding they're you wanted to lose a bunch of games.
Yeah.
But seeing them yesterday, holy shit, that was just flat embarrassing.
It was.
To go on the road and look like that, perform like that on all phases of the game, and
it was an embarrassment.
Yeah, you like to see, like, my Niners. Obviously, I watched them, and they were in a 10-10 game with a lesser opponent at halftime. And then they went out and kicked the shit out of them.
Yep.
Wait, I think that was the score. I think that was it. But you could tell that halftime adjustments were made.
Didn't they have 15 points?
No.
15 points.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Michigan. Michigan made some adjustments at halftime where you go, okay, here's a better team. I always get these teams confused because I watch the same 3 teams every weekend. God damn it. But anyway, it was Michigan where you go, okay, let's see what this coaching staff can do with a team that has more weapons, has more 5-star, 4-star players, blue chip talent than anything Indiana will produce in the next 20 years. Shouldn't be in a 10-10 game. Are they overlooking someone? And then you see them come out in the second half and run up the score a little bit. Yeah. It's like, okay, that's a well-coached team. That can come
you never know that, Mike Hart went down on the sideline.
Yeah.
Apparently had a seizure, and they carted him off. But how that affects them, hard to say. I know
they looked like shit before he went down.
Well, they did, but that was early. I mean, that was early in the game.
Yeah,
that he went down.
Yeah,
less than halfway through the first quarter, I think. But anyway, they got to talk to him. From what I heard, that he checked in at halftime, said, "I'm good. Don't worry about it." Maybe that
go win the game.
Yeah,
yeah.
But hey, congrats! I was going to say your Niners. If you brought them up, they got the Carolina coach fired today.
Yeah, Matt Rule. Bye-bye.
Out. 1-4.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Tough go. And then to get embarrassed at home, soundly and roundly embarrassed.
Handily.
Yeah. Just bye-bye.
Yeah. That defense is for real. Your Niners. They got a shot. And that division's wide open this year. So I hope
they lost 4 starters yesterday.
Yeah, that happens all year.
One for the year.
Is it?
Yeah, Mosley, the guy that had the pick 6.
Rams got another loss.
Yeah,
that's what we're talking about here, man.
I know, man. And the Rams are going to have a problem for this season because there's not help on the way.
I don't think so.
Everyone's there.
I hope they just eat the whole bag.
Yeah. If they get on a roll of eating a bag of dicks, that could roll.
Let's hope.
They're gonna have problems for years to come because I don't think they have a first-round draft pick till 2068.
Just about. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they sold their soul, emptied the cupboards for.
They got a Super Bowl
to get the Super Bowl.
They got it.
Yeah. Wasn't that at home too?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they mission accomplished. They did what they had to do. They got it done. You see it all over baseball. You win it, and then they just blow up the team.
Yeah.
They put it all together and then time to recoup some money.
Yeah. Anyway, Instagram, over the weekend, we were talking about Kanye West on Thursday or Friday. He did that interview with Tucker Carlson. Do you think of him as crazy? I know I asked you this the other day, but...
I mean, I've never thought of him as, overly stable.
Provocateur?
Maybe, but I just don't think... I mean, maybe you can categorize it as that genius, that sort of unstable genius mind.
But if we put it in the context of his career, okay, he was a producer, brilliant producer, and nobody really wanted to give him a shot at rapping, and then he did. I think he had his jaw wired shut and wrote a song about it. People were blown away by, and he's you know, outside of his marriage to Kim Kardashian, which was, you know, constantly in the headlines, you had him.
It's got to be so difficult. I mean, it's hard enough to be a celebrity, as is.
Yeah.
But especially when it's a Kardashian.
Yeah.
So you're both celebrities. So it's nonstop, and it's part of a reality show.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just insane.
You can look at one thing like Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt, right? They get married, and it's like they're equals in what their ability is. Like Kim Kardashian brings nothing to the table except here, look at my ass.
Yeah.
Here's me in a thong. Here's my fat ass on a beach.
Just me getting banged by Ray J.
Exactly. Right? I was
Here's
fucking
my mom
Reggie Bush.
and my mom.
Yeah. Right? And for Kanye West, I mean, he's a talented fucking performer, but then you've got the Beyonce.
Jay-Z.
No, the Beyonce thing. Remember when he jumped on stage, Taylor Swift won the Grammy or whatever?
Right. We're just talking about power couples.
No.
Lost me with the Brad Pitt Aniston thing.
Yeah, well, it's going a different route. Like, they're equals, where Kim Kardashian is not with him. I don't care what anyone says. She might be worth more money, but she's not an equal.
No.
But then, you know, him jumping up on stage and taking that award from Taylor Swift was hilarious. I'm trying to think of some of the other crazy thing where people have called him nuts and crazy.
Yeah, there's been a couple things. I don't pay that much attention. I couldn't name them off, but those are examples of why I say I wouldn't call him overly stable.
Yeah.
But crazy, no.
Yeah. Well, then he gives this interview to Tucker Carlson. I thought he came off fine. You know, he was talking about how
that was what I was talking about. I've never really seen him have any sort of real long conversation.
Right.
It's sound bites here and there, and it's just headlines and TMZ shit of him acting up.
Yeah.
So I've never really been able to hear him sit down and speak intelligently about anything.
Right.
So that's why I was interested to see it.
and he kind of goes off the rails and he's all over the place. And, you know, that's probably how his mind works. But then he got himself suspended from Instagram
Uh-oh.
over the weekend.
What do?
Well, he posted something about Jews
Oh, no.
out of nowhere.
Oh, no. That's never going to go well.
No, I mean, maybe he thought as a black guy,
You get away with it?
yeah, like we can't be racist. He said something like, in the morning, I'm going off on the Jewish or something like that.
All right.
It was like, okay, weird. And then he said something to like, as a black man, that makes me part Jewish or something like that.
All right.
Okay, I don't know where you're going with this, but Instagram booted him, deleted content from his profile.
Booted him or just deleted that?
No, I think they suspended him for they've restricted his Instagram account after he was accused of posting anti-Semitic content. The company also deleted content from his profile. A spokesperson for Meta, Instagram's parent company, confirmed the company's decision to Variety and said the temporary restriction is standard for accounts that violate guidelines multiple times. They did not specify which post violated its rules, but he was accused of sharing anti-Semitic content Friday in a fight in a now deleted post. Anytime you're deleting the post.
Generally not a good look.
His post showed a text conversation with Sean Diddy Combs, captioning the post, Jesus is a Jew, or Jesus is Jew.
Okay.
Which is true. I think Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah,
I don't know what
that's what
is
they say.
doing. He then took a shot at Meta founder CEO Mark Zuckerberg after his restriction, writing on Twitter, "How you gonna kick me off Instagram? You used to be my..."
Ooh. N-word?
Yeah.
Ooh.
With an A, not ER.
Oh, of
He
course.
would never
Of
call
course.
him as ER.
No. He's white.
But A. Like, and he had a picture like at a party where Mark was Zuckerberg's there and Kanye.
Clearly they're tight.
What's that?
Clearly they're
Oh,
tight.
yeah, right. West was suspended from Instagram for 24 hours in March after he violated the platform's harassment policy. That situation began when he allegedly posted a photo of comedian Trevor Noah along with a caption that used racial slurs. The caption replaced the lyrics to Kumbaya with "All in together now." I don't know what it was. K asterisk baya. Kike baya?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Cunt
probably.
baya?
Probably.
Cunt wouldn't get you.
Well, no, but if he's on this Jew rant,
Yeah, kike baya?
yeah, that would fit. That would.
You know, can you give me one more letter? Right? I'm trying to figure this out. K.
Could be King Baya.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be. accused of Jew hate.
Well, then you got your answer.
Well, my Lord, kike baya, my Lord, kike baya, ooh, Lord, kike baya.
That's super creative.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Is that just the hook to Kumbaya?
I guess. I don't know.
I don't want to play a sample of Kumbaya because we'll get yanked, but
No, it's fine.
he needs to lay off the Jew hate.
Apparently, yes.
Yeah.
That's not going to end well.
I still don't get it. I've brought it up a dozen times on this show.
And if you're going to be
what's with the hatred for the Jews? I love the Jew.
Yeah.
The Jews seem like great people.
Yeah. I think as long as you're not Palestinian, I think they're fine. I mean, I have no issue.
And even that, I think there's just some misunderstandings.
It's a communication issue, I think.
That's they need to get in a room. Jared Kushner was on top of this.
Yeah, he tried.
He had this going.
Yeah.
What do they call that? The Abraham Accords?
Oh, careful.
All right. And I got it. Oh, fuck, that hurts. Ow.
Hey, TDC's original sponsor, Zod Ford and Holly, is now taking custom orders for new 2023 models. And when you order, you're still going to lock in a $1,000 rebate and 2.9% APR with your order. Plus, Zod Ford's military trifecta is back. So if you're active or retired military, a veteran, first responder, or medical professional, you buy, lease, or order a new ride, you're going to save an additional $1,000 over and above all the other incentives. Also, if you're sick of your current lease, let Gabara and the team waive up to 2 full payments and get you out of that lease early. Finally, your friends at Zod Ford have a fair amount of cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock ready to go home with you today, so don't delay. Get details and see their inventory at dealsinthed.com. Tell them we sent you.
Very good. PayPal stock plummeted a little bit. They tried to pull.
Oh, I see that shit. They're be able to yank, what, 2,500? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Just what a weird, arbitrary number.
Yeah.
And the scary part is that PayPal is just linked to your bank account.
Yeah.
Unless so they're just going to take that out. The fuck you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People didn't like that. What is their end game?
I don't know, but it makes me want to just disconnect my PayPal from my account immediately.
And Venmo and everybody else, for that matter.
I know, but that makes it so easy.
I know it does. But they're getting ahead of their skis, man. They just are. Like, who the fuck do you people think you are?
Yeah.
You don't agree with someone's political commentary? So you're just going to arbitrarily make up some rule where you get
$2,500?
$2,500 and
I don't have it.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah, right. I'm going to get a bill for $2,300 because I only had $200 in my fucking bank account.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's unbelievable. Their share prices dropped nearly 5% today after a report from the Daily Wire is who discovered this. Highlighted the firm's
Keep dropping,
right. But I don't want them to go away. I just want them to fucking behave.
I want fucking tank. Fuck off.
Yeah, but that takes Venmo with it. Isn't PayPal and Venmo linked?
I don't think so.
No?
I think they're separate. There's others.
Venmo's a cunt too. Yeah, I think they are.
Okay.
For the most part. All these financial institutions are.
Time to get go fuck yourself up and running.
Yeah. An attempt to fine users $2,500 for the all-powerful misinformation tag.
Da-dun-da-dun.
They're not going to define misinformation. They just know it when they see
the
it.
all-encompassing bailout of
Yeah.
misinformation or disinformation.
In other words, anybody we don't agree with politically is basically. So we're just going to take $2,500 from conservatives and go fuck yourself if you don't like it.
Yep. Well, a great example of that is the COVID thing. A lot of the misinformation, disinformation that was out there is being proven right more and more and more as time goes on.
Oh, crazy how that works.
Yeah. So, but at the time, misinformation.
Yeah.
And even now, they'll still try and act like it. But so
they still do.
I know, but
fucking Colbert had dipshit Lord Fauci on.
Yeah.
Talking about this, spreading the same bullshit.
Of course. And when that comes out, when it pans out that you were right, you're going to get your $2,500 back?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, and you can't get anything back from that. Like, even if they gave you the $2,500 back, or bad.
Yeah.
Well, they've canceled this now because they got such backlash.
Yeah, because
their stock tanked.
Perfect. Thank you. That's exactly how it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. They've
excellent reaction. Well done out there, people.
Yeah. I don't know what that means. Did people just bail on PayPal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably either between.
I don't need this shit.
I don't know if it's a stock thing or if it's just canceling all their stuff. So.
The company, which has repeatedly deplatformed organizations and commentators for their political views, had announced a forthcoming update to its acceptable use policy that would have banned the promotion of misinformation as well as hate, violence, racial, or other forms of intolerance that is discriminatory. Within 1 day of the Daily Wire breaking news of the policy change, PayPal claimed the new guidelines were published in error and apologized for the confusion this had caused.
Oh,
confusion?
Shit. It was published in error?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't mean they didn't want it to get out.
If it was leaked in error,
yeah,
maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe you could have,
what exactly is this miscommunication?
Yeah.
What was the confusion?
Yeah.
Is this a policy or
we said it was published in error. Jeez. Leave us alone.
Okay.
So it was published in error, not leaked. Big distinction. Because if it was leaked, you could say, look, we were having internal discussions about how we could make the world a better place, blah, blah, blah. We were leaning on the misinformation summit. Some asshole in our group leaked this to the press, and here we are. We were never going to go forward with this. We were just spitballing ideas. No, you published it.
Of course. We just didn't mean for it to get out. We were hoping that it was going to sneak through in that update.
Yeah, and then we just find
the new
people.
terms of a policy agreement, whatever, that you have to click to agree, and then you're in.
Customers balked at PayPal. As PayPal said, users found in violation of the new policy could be liable for damages.
And what does that mean? I mean, because PayPal it's not really a platform,
No,
right?
No.
So where is this information coming from that
It's
you're being
strictly about
penalized?
transactions. It seems so detrimental to yourself. Like, why would you want to take half the country and rule that they can't do commerce with you?
So where does your misinformation have to come from for them to penalize you? And where do they get the
what they would say is we were the
balls to take your money?
They would say, okay, I don't know if we're still using PayPal, but for a while, people that didn't that wanted to could sign up. Early on, we had PayPal for donations.
Sure.
So people would just click a donate button. It was before we had a members area.
Yeah.
And there were certain people that up until very recently, when I came back and we launched a new members area, there were still like 4 people that were paying monthly to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that never bailed. They're like, we're not going anywhere until you say you're retiring or you're leaving.
Boy, they dodged that bullet, huh?
Yeah, boy, did they ever.
Yeah.
So what PayPal would say is, we listen to TDC Podcast, and Mike and Troy are really going out there. They were reporting this and that. They said that COVID was bullshit.
Well,
or
use the I word a bunch of times.
Ivermectin's awesome. And so that's misinformation and hate speech. It's going to get grandmas killed. And so we're not going to let them use our platform to do commerce. So anybody that's using us, so they would fine us $2,500 then and not allow anybody to donate to us or whatever if we were using PayPal. I think that's what that means.
It's insane.
Insane.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, if it was something through their platform, sort of like the GoFundMe type thing, where they have some control over it, that the money's coming through for a certain reason. But I just don't get the PayPal thing. I really don't, unless there's something there that I'm missing.
Well, they're saying you're doing commerce with us, and because you're doing commerce with us, we get to decide what commerce can be done on our platform. And that's what they're saying.
That's not even booting you. They're talking about taking money, fining you.
Yeah,
$2,500,
holding you liable.
Yeah, like that's
liable sounds like a court case.
Who the fuck are you?
And by the way, not that this is a minor detail, including the removal of $2,500 debited directly from your PayPal account per offense.
Oh, okay.
So
they can stack those up.
What that means is, if we're having a conversation where we throw around the word dyke a dozen times, right?
Well, that's not misinformation.
Well, maybe we're talking about a dyke in a wall, and then we're doing a play on words and talking about lesbians, and we've been known to do stuff like that. Each of those offenses, if someone could take that as an offense and then declare, I am hurt by this, I am suicidal by this.
So all 25 times that it was
all
said.
25 times, yeah. So now you're talking about a $250,000 fine.
Okay. Yeah, that's not going to go well.
No.
Oh, it was published in error, so nothing to see here.
Sure. As if they're not going to try and find a weasel route around this.
Of course.
Good luck. The announcement and reversal occurred days after PayPal canceled 3 accounts linked to Toby Young He runs a British nonprofit called Free Speech Union. The organization has defended clients such as Russell Brand, who is doing a killer show right now.
Yeah, he is.
A little over my head at times, I'll admit. Russell's can be out there, but he's very good. He's very well intentioned and well meaning.
Yep.
He doesn't try to push the boundaries to be offensive at all.
Yeah.
I don't get that feeling from him, which
He's
is
another one that's
doubly scary.
Sort of flip teams too, right? I mean, he's not fully, but he's one that's starting to call some of this shit out.
Yeah.
Like he was
Bill Maher.
full team left.
Yeah.
And now he's even like taking a step back.
A
And
lot of them coming out now.
yeah.
We'll see how far it goes.
But so now he's got a target on his back. My point.
Among the individuals who rebuked PayPal over policy were a number of lawmakers, commentators, and investors, as well as former PayPal president David Marcus and co-founder Elon Musk. It's hard for me to openly criticize a company I used to love and gave so much to, Marcus said, arguing the policy update goes against everything I believe in. PayPal also sanctioned Gays Against Groomers, a group that opposes the sexualization of children, as well as other people. That one bothers me a lot.
Right.
That one almost more than anything. Gays Against Groomers.
Yeah, it's hard to have an issue with that.
Well, just using the term groomers, they've been able to, through Reddit, 4chan, and others, decide that is a hateful term against the LGBTQ community. And everybody says the same thing. Well, if you don't want to be called a groomer, stop grooming children.
Yeah.
It's too easy for us to see what you're doing.
Exactly.
Gays Against Groomers.
Just changing the verbiage doesn't change anything.
No, we're all watching. We all have eyes. Don't tell me my eyes are lying to me when I'm watching this shit in real time. So, we have said all along, we need that community, the LGBT community, to get on board and help out with this.
Exactly.
You understand.
Defend your letters.
Yes, because this is very specific, mostly to one letter that's fucking throwing a wrench into your community.
Yep.
Whether you want to acknowledge it or not, it's making people look twice at your whole community and going, what the fuck, man? If you guys aren't standing up against this shit that we can so clearly see as a problem, then I don't know what to do with your community.
Maybe that's the next civil war. Letter versus letter.
Oh.
Every letter gets their own squad.
Oh, boy, we're going to get tagged for that.
Why?
Calling for war against a
I'm
letter?
not calling for it. I said maybe that is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying against it. No, I'm saying letter against letter. Like the division amongst their own communities.
Yeah. And this is the most telling sentence of all in this article, because I believe this 100%. Whatever motivation PayPal has for establishing these vague new categories of prohibited expression, they will almost certainly have a severe chilling effect on user speech. No, 100% true.
Exactly.
That's like, you've already accomplished what you wanted, whether you plan to implement that or not. If people start thinking that my little show can be hit with something like that, with some arbitrary, made up out of thin air accusation, there's not a claim that you can defend. There's not a phone number you can call to defend yourself about what they claim you did or didn't do, which is what we've run into. We're in the middle of a Facebook ban currently.
Yeah, still 11 days to go.
11 days to go for God knows what. They haven't told us what it is. We don't know who to reach
And actually,
out to.
we got it reversed. They put it back up and said it was our mistake.
Sorta.
Sorry, put it back up. Yet our ban is still in place.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you go in to rob a bank or whatever. You don't have to kill everybody. You just kill one person.
Yeah.
Everybody else shuts the fuck up.
Yeah.
It's that same message.
Yeah, that's
same
a
that point.
Great analogy.
You don't have to take one person, bash their face in, butt of your gun. Everybody's gonna get real quiet real quick.
Yeah.
You just have to send a message. You don't have to discipline everyone. You just have to put the fear of God in.
Yeah. Well, I know from the Pablo Escobar incidents that you started, fake Pablo started, whoever started it.
Yeah.
We got to a place. And I thought it was funny to post the picture of Pablo and hashtag I stand with T-Roy. And if you know us, if you know our show, if you know what we do, you would understand the lightheartedness of that.
Of course.
Kind of taking a shitty situation and making a joke out of it. That's basically what we do on the daily. So when I started doing that, and it took them a few days to catch up, and so for a couple days in a row, I was like, I stand with T-Roy, hashtag I stand with T-Roy, you know? fuck the Zuck or whatever it was.
Yep.
When they came down and hammered me for 50 days and said I couldn't go live and this is hate speech, blah, blah, blah. I know what they're doing. I know what the goal is, and it still worked. It still worked to where I haven't posted shit on Facebook. I'll post a picture of Cece.
Yep.
Outside of that, not getting into it. It's not fucking worth it. It's not. I haven't posted anything on Twitter in months.
Yeah.
You know?
Perfect. Everybody's just fall in line.
Yeah.
Just
And it's
exactly
a terrible place to be.
It certainly is.
I notice, for the most part, Landau promotes shows.
Yep.
He will drop some jokes in there. I don't think he goes too far over the line, but he's not too racy.
No.
It's going to get a lot of shit in.
And he doesn't get involved in anything. That's it. It's very fringy. That's it. You just use it. Well, they're just using us, so just use them.
Yeah.
That's it. Use it as promotion, as to be self-serving. That's all you need to do.
It's scary because
nothing. You never win.
Weren't they talking about it at one point? Messenger too, which is part of Facebook. I don't think you have. Do you have Messenger? You do. Yeah. I don't know if that's a Google thing or a Apple.
Well, no,
thing.
that's just their chat, Facebook.
Right. But I think they were saying like your messages in there could be read and deemed. And if you looked at mine, if you didn't know,
I've known people that got that got banned or whatever, got the pee slapped.
Yeah.
For something they sent in a DM.
Yeah.
Essentially.
See, that's scary as shit too, because there was a time a few years ago, one of our listeners, he probably doesn't listen anymore, but Orlando, he was running our fan page. He's a Mexican guy. He was at the time recently married, Latinx, I think that's how he goes. And he was having a couple daughters, and I would be like, and I slipped into his DMs and was like, nice dropping a couple of anchors on the country, you fucking, immigrant, blah, blah, blah. He's not. I know that.
Yep.
And he would fucking write back twice as hard at me as some white devil. And we would go back and forth about, wetback this and fucking Taco Tuesday that and fucking white devil this. And I would laugh my ass off at some of the shit he would say, outrageous shit he would say to me. And I would say outrageous shit to him. And it's like the idea that someone's going to be listening in on this.
And someone can look at that at face value.
Yeah.
And deem that to be hate speech.
Oh, right. 100% they would.
Same thing with exactly the Pablo thing.
And they would look at him as a Latinx.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And be like, oh, he's fine. He's the victim.
That's
he's the
hate
victim.
crime for
Yeah,
sure.
we need to take Walters to task here. And,
Yep.
and it's like, you can't even fuck around with your boys. I'm not even comfortable around Alexa saying anything anymore.
I don't
that
even
bitch isn't even plugged in.
Exactly. I think she still works. It's weird.
It's weird. Every once in a while, she'll chime in like out of nowhere, like fucking Night of the Living Dead, and be like, blah, blah.
Hey, what'd you say?
Yeah.
Couldn't hear you.
Bitch, how many pieces do I have to break you into before you fuck off for good? It's crazy.
No, I don't need to ask what the weather is that bad.
Yeah. No.
Alexa, what's the weather going to be?
Yeah.
I hope it sets off everybody's shit.
Such a dick. I remember when Burger King did that. Siri, order me a Whopper or whatever. It was like all of a sudden everyone's Siri's going off, fucking whatever it was. And yet at the same time, I could honestly say most people I know are not racists.
No.
On any level. They're just not. They might be smart asses. Big difference between a smart ass and an actual racist.
Of course.
Playing off obvious stereotypes is fun.
Of course.
It's fun when you're talking about nerdy white guys or fucking name X group here. Pops here, women, fun, gays, the gays.
All of it.
All of it. Straight folks, what are fat people.
You can't make fun of anybody anymore.
No.
Not even yourself.
No. But the real racists are out there. And
remember when Justin Thomas got fined and all of his sponsors dropped him because he called himself the faggot?
Faggot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just, oh, you faggot. Like talking to himself because he chunked a putt or whatever it was,
Yeah.
Everybody,
If you can't call yourself a faggot when you chunk a putt.
I know. Come on.
I mean, as a pro, give me a break.
It's amazing.
And it's like, you know what?
My point is, you can't even say it to yourself. You can't even say it about yourself.
You know what? And you've got the broadcast rights to broadcast whatever goes on here. It doesn't mean you get say over what they say or what they do. I mean, how many times have we heard Tiger Woods? Jesus fucking Christ, Tiger. He's constantly motherfucking himself.
Oh, yeah.
But
not with a slur. Right, exactly. That crossed the line.
Yeah. Several leaked audio clips posted by a Reddit account have put 3 LA City Council members and a top county labor official under fire over a conversation from last October, where the individuals could be heard using offensive and racist language. The conversation included Council President Nuri Martinez with Gil Cedillo and Kevin De Leon, and LA County Federation of Labor President Ron Herrera. They all sound like Latinx to me.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
That's Ponce's kid, right?
Ponce de Latino?
De Leon.
De Leon? Yeah, obviously.
Clearly.
During the conversation, Martinez remarked about the LA County District Attorney George Gascon after his name was mentioned. Fuck that guy, Martinez said. He's with the blacks.
Oh.
See, now that... See, as offensive as we can be at times, I don't feel like any one of us would say something like that.
Well, it's hysterically
blacks.
Well, it's hysterically ironic when everything is just lumped in as the black and brown people.
Yeah.
Thought you guys were the same team.
Yeah. No. The ironic thing is how much they hate each other.
I know.
In so many situations. You know, they're teaming up now because they've got this weird fucking alliance against Whitey.
I don't think they're teaming up. I think they're being teamed up. Exactly.
Yeah.
By Whitey.
Exactly. Another part of the audio clip exposes comments made by Martinez and council member Mike Bonin, a white man, and his adopted black son. Now, Mr. Bonin, fitting name.
Yeah, where is the Bonin?
Yeah, the Bonin is in his talks. I think he's a gay man married to a black man.
All right.
And he's got an adopted black son.
Okay.
Martinez called his son Paris Chenguito. Sounds bad to me. Oh, look at that little Paris Chenguito.
What does that mean? Did we just get canceled?
He's like a monkey.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Boy.
I didn't see that part.
Oh.
Perici Chenguito. Sounds cute, right?
Yeah.
Miguelito Chiquito. My little Michael.
Well, little monkeys are cute.
Little monkeys are cute. I love little monkeys until they go ham. When they go jit on someone, they're bad news all the way around. But yeah, he's like a monkey. She literally referred to Bonin as a little bitch. Gay guy. You can't call a gay guy a little bitch anymore, can you?
I mean, listen.
Even if they're being one?
If the panties fit, I mean, should be able to call it.
Yeah, I agree. There's times when I'm being a little bitch.
That is absolutely true.
You know, when I get, you don't have to come that quick with that response. But, you know, I know there's times when...
I didn't mean you specifically. I just mean everyone in general.
Yeah. You know, feeling a little sorry for yourself, feeling a little whatever, being a little bitch. Oh, did you want to suck on a cock, little bitch? Is that what you're doing today? You should be able to say that to someone.
Okay.
Oh,
said it, not me.
Do you need a pee-pee in your mouth? You're being a little bitch. Council member De Leon compared as Bonin's handling of his, of course he's got a name Bonin.
That's amazing.
Of course, Buddha Judge has to have butt in his name. Like, it's just, maybe, you know.
It could be intentional, like Nugent.
Nugent.
It could be all subliminal. We don't even know it.
Yeah. I know they say that with last names, like.
They come from somewhere?
Yeah. You know, the blacksmiths, you know. It's like, oh, he was the town blacksmith. He was the, you know, blah, blah, blah. Which I always thought, like, what did the Dickinsons do? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because it's like, holy shit.
Yep.
If, you know.
That's not the word. Not the heritage you want. Right?
No, where it's like, oh yeah, I know the blacksmiths. Sure. Dickinson. Yeah, we've avoided them for a while. We've avoided. What are Courtney's?
Huh?
What are Courtney's?
I have no idea. Royalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what Walters are either. Walters.
I know you got the O instead of the A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess some of the Walters changed their name to Walters with an A. Like it was too much.
Make it easier. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I go through it every time I give my name, you know?
Yep.
Every single time. Wolters.
Yeah.
You know?
Just say it like that. Walters.
No, I don't. Walters. It's like Barbara with an O. Yeah. Everyone knows Barbara Walters. It used to work better before, but... So, he compared handling of his child to Martinez carrying her Louis Vuitton handbag. He would later refer to Bonin as the council's 4th black member, because he's married to a black guy and has an adopted black kid.
Okay.
Boy, they're really throwing, you know, they love just throwing out whatever, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, sounds like there's repercussions for their actions. They got blown out, correct?
No, but they did resign. One of them did resign today.
Well, forced to be resigned.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Mike Bonin won't fucking ever say peep about Latinos. He'll never say a fucking word about us. Boy, they are on themselves. Do we have audio there? I think we have some audio there.
We do.
And I'm not sure. A little hard to understand them, what with the Latinx and all.
Oh boy, that's...
What does it say? This kid...
They're raising him like a little white kid, which I was like...
They're raising him like a little white kid.
Beat down. Like, let me take him around the corner, and then I'll bring him back.
Yeah.
¿Se me entiendes? Ven para acá.
It's a pinch.
Yeah.
It was in Spanish. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyways, getting back to redistricting.
Yeah, let's get back to redistricting. Now that we've got the racism out of the way.
Oh, boy.
Let's get to So what she was saying, she's talking about Bonin's black kid.
Yeah.
And saying, he, not on this clip, but there was multiple leaked things,
She's raising him like a little white boy, is that what she said?
Yeah. He's raising him like a little white boy, and he needs to get his ass kicked. I'd like to take him around the corner and then bring him back. In other words, take him around the corner, beat his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
that's classy and sexy.
Classy
right
as shit.
Yep.
For a little kid, too. You're talking about a little kid. Martinez released an apology in a moment of intense frustration and anger. You didn't sound frustrated and angry.
No, you're giggling and
a lot of laughing.
Sidebar from the redistricting conversation.
Yeah, right. How do we make redistricting racist? How do we do that? Ooh. By the way, Bonin, who's boning a black guy and has a black kid, I'd like to take him around the woodshed, beat his ass. That's what he needs, the little monkey.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, the little
Put all that
monkey
together. Boy, that does not sound good at all.
No, it doesn't. For that, I am sorry. I let the situation get the best of me, and I hold myself accountable for these comments.
Okay, stand down.
The context of the conversation was concern over the redistricting process and concern over the potential negative impact it might have on communities of color. I would say you're having a negative impact on communities of color.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
Right? Wait, isn't everything a color?
Yeah.
White's a color. Brown's a color.
Yep.
Yellow's a color.
Yeah.
Right? But
Green.
they're all colors, technically.
Red.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if that's how you want to identify, is by color. Fuck.
That's all they want to do. You're in LA. Are you kidding me?
It's amazing.
My work speaks for itself. I've worked hard to lead this city through its most difficult time. Well, you're failing miserably. I'll just say that. De Leon, Pontius kid, released a statement. There were comments made in the context of this meeting that are wholly inappropriate. I regret appearing to condone and even contribute. Yeah, you did. Condone and contribute. Yep. Yeah, and you didn't know you were being recorded or you didn't know it was going to get leaked.
Funny how that works.
Crazy.
You know, how the regret comes after. I don't think you had any of this remorse at the end of the meeting.
And if you were making jokes, if you didn't really believe that, which you do, I would have no problem with it. If you were fucking around with colleagues, work environment, joking. Ball busting.
Yeah, of course.
Fine. No, you sounded like you absolutely.
Yeah, you talked about beating the kid's ass.
Which I don't really have a problem with. Lots of kids deserve an ass whooping, but, not for being a little monkey.
And not for being the son of, not because of who their dad is.
Yeah, and who he's fucking. Another guy. I've reached out to that colleague personally. On that day, I fell short of the expectations we set for our leaders.
Felt short.
Yeah, he felt way short. Short. And I will hold myself to a higher standard. He told the Cedillo, for his part, played this great.
Okay.
Played this right. These two both laid down the sword. Oh, my God, I can't believe I said something like that. I didn't mean it. Moment of weakness. My racism showed through in a moment of weakness.
Yeah.
Cedillo told the LA Times, I don't have no recollection of conversation.
Well played, sir.
Yeah, it's the best way to handle it.
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
I don't recognize my voice there. No, I'm sorry.
I had extra spicy beefy burrito that morning. I don't remember nothing.
I had the meat sweats.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wasn't me. That's just deny. Wasn't me.
Councilmember Bonin, never one to let something go. If he could make a positive out of this negative.
All right.
Released a statement saying he and his husband, who he's boning.
You got that part.
Yeah, he's boning. Mike Bonin is boning his husband, or his husband's boning him. I'm not sure exactly, but one of those two statements is true.
For sure.
Saying he and his husband are appalled, angry, and absolutely disgusted about the comments made about his son. We love our son. A beautiful, joyful child being raised as a whitey, even though he's black.
That's what they say.
Who apparently needs his ass whooped around the corner. Just says it.
That's probably why.
Our family is hurting today.
Yeah.
No child should ever be subjected to such racist, mean, and dehumanizing comments, especially from a public official. It hurts that one of our son's earliest encounters with overt racism comes from some of the most powerful public officials in L.A. Bonin called on Martinez, De Leon, and Cadillo to resign.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Not at any level.
Yeah, I mean, that's an easy one.
Yeah. You know, this is still up, just ironically. You know what Kanye's worth?
What? A bill?
$2 billion.
$2 billion.
According to this, but yeah, $2 billion shows
he referenced himself as a billionaire. I didn't know he was a billion. How are these guys getting to $1 billion numbers? Oh, he's got the fashion line.
Still.
And his shoes are outrageously priced.
Still.
And merch. His concert T-shirts are outrageously priced.
Still.
I know.
He didn't even tour much, or I mean,
no.
I didn't have him. So I don't know, but that was surprised by that.
$2 billion.
$2 billion.
Like getting to $1 billion is remarkable.
Yeah, think
doubling that.
Yeah, get to 2.
Dude, I for the longest time couldn't wrap my head around $1 billion. Like everything was done in the context of millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and it was like when you start flipping the odometer that much, that you get to that B word.
Yeah.
It's not even real anymore.
I mean, there's lotteries that are that. That's what the megas and stuff are over that now.
Yeah.
They get to it. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Not even real.
And it's fixing nothing. Nuni Martinez resigned as president of the LA City Council. Good riddance. Fuck off. She admitted her actions fell short of her goal to empower communities of color.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would say. As someone who believes deeply in the empowerment of communities of color, I recognize my comments undercut that goal. Going forward, reconciliation will be my priority. I have reached out to many of my black colleagues and other black leaders to express my regret in order for us to heal. Stop using communities of color to heal. Fucking psycho. No. Black people think you speak like this about them anyway.
Yeah, make sure they all hear exactly what you said.
Yeah.
Make sure that they hear the recording.
And the laughing, and then slip it into your little Spanish to insult
because I'm sure
them.
there's much more than just that part right there.
Yeah.
You juked me. You got rid of that other story, but you had it back up.
God, it's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable, these fucking people. It's always the same, too. They're all Democratic and elected leaders. Why is it always the same assholes?
Seems to be a trend.
It does.
It does seem to be a trend.
It does.
Unfortunately.
Polk County, Florida Sheriff Grady Judd offers some straightforward advice for residents whose homes or businesses were looted in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian. You take your gun and you shoot him. You shoot him so that he looks like grated cheese.
Wow.
Yeah.
See that? I mean, that might be a little excessive.
I think it's wrong. First up, grated cheese?
Yeah, no.
I think he
Swiss
meant
cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he got ahead of himself. Grated cheese would be absurd.
Yeah.
That would like going
dust.
through a shredder.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe that's what you got to do. You got to take them out to the woodshed. Take them out to the wood chipper.
No, but he specifically said shoot them until they look like that's just a waste of bullets at that point.
True.
I think he meant Swiss cheese.
Yeah,
right?
and ammo's
That's
not cheap these days. You need to be a little more precise with your shots.
Yeah, yeah. He said he noted that a number of bad actors had jumped at the chance to capitalize on the chaos after the storm and steal from homes and businesses that had already been devastated by high winds and dangerous flooding.
But see, the irony though is that nobody's home in these places. When you're looting, generally it's vacant, unoccupied. They're not. Otherwise, it would be a home invasion.
Yeah.
It's not looting. It's B&E at this point. Whatever.
Yeah, but if the house is floated down the street and everything's wide open and the windows are all blown out, is it still B&E?
Well, but yeah, it's not yours. But either way.
Well, who's to say whose it is? Now it's floated down the fucking...
My point is that the people aren't standing there. They're standing guard, generally, in these houses. They're gone.
I think it depends. I think some of them are. Like, some of them get back into their houses way sooner than other people and are assessing damage and cleaning up personal mementos. Now, if someone's going by and they're stealing your family album, of pictures of your wedding and your fucking stupid kids growing up, whatever, that's insane. But at the same time, is there some level of forgiveness? Like, insurance is going to cover all this, whether you make a $200,000 claim or for everything. No? What if your shit was all demolished too? The grocery store, there's been a run on water and paper towel and shitter tape and all that stuff, and you're like, you know what? Screw it. This block is demolished. I'm gonna go find someone that had an upstairs bathroom with some shitter paper in it, and I'm just gonna take that. Do they deserve to be blown up like Swiss cheese or grated cheese?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I mean, listen.
Fair enough.
It's what separates us from the animals.
Yeah.
It's rules. That's it.
But do the rules on any level go out the window when you've got a big tragedy in the community like that?
Listen, nobody's stealing toilet paper. That's not the issue.
No, they're searching for jewelry.
Yeah. That's the real issue.
Now that's bullshit.
And you know what? Yeah, if somebody came in like, hey,
light them up at that
I'm
point.
sorry, I just need toilet paper. They go, oh, well, here.
Yeah,
Take help
it.
yourself. If that's it, go ahead. Wipe that ass.
Yeah.
By all means.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Wipe your child's
my fellow
ass.
man, here's toilet paper for you. Come near my TV and my fucking jewelry, Swiss cheese.
Yeah. Okay. Would you light them up? Would you even give them a chance to respond if they're like, I'm just going for the toilet paper? Would they even get that far before you lit them up? Officer Walters would light them up.
Yeah. I mean, if they came in my house,
Does it
especially
does it depend what they look like?
Nope. No, absolutely not.
Girl?
Doesn't matter. Well, I mean, she's hot. I might give her at least a chance.
Yeah. Boning?
Talk her. Well, give her an opportunity to explain herself.
Give her a bone-in fillet, if you know what I mean, T.
No, but it's just, I mean, no, not on any level. It just doesn't.
So if it's a child, light it up. Fuck that kid.
I'm not saying I'm shooting anybody, for the record.
Well, you should be. You're making a stance right now on these people.
No, I'm saying that that looting on any is unacceptable on any level.
White male in his 40s.
Doesn't matter.
Shoot him.
Doesn't matter. You come,
Child?
you come in my house, somebody comes in
Let
here.
me just go through a list and see where you stand.
Doesn't matter.
White man. Shoot him.
Yeah.
Child?
Probably not just a child.
Okay.
I mean,
Hot chick?
I have to be deemed a threat. I have to be threatened.
They're in your house. That's the threat.
If it's a 7-year-old kid wandering into my house, I'm not just going to put one between
Paddle
his
his
eyes.
can? Would you paddle his can a little bit?
And even somebody
Hot
comes
chick?
in. Maybe it's just some drunk asshole stumbling into the wrong house. That happens.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And he might be right. His house might have been there 3 days ago.
And maybe.
You know
right?
what I mean?
So I'm not just
His house moved,
I'm
not him.
just blasting, but
But Florida's telling you to go ahead.
see, now of course they are.
They
But
are.
see, the difference is too, like that. And it's also a different situation. Like somebody coming in there, I would expect to be looting. Somebody comes in here, I expect to be a home invasion, right?
Yeah.
It's robbery either way. So it's a little different story when it's down there. That's just taking advantage of it. That's taking advantage of a situation. This is premeditated. This is malicious intent. This is coming.
You mean a
your
standing
house.
house that's not been flooded and running down the street?
It's not in the middle of a natural disaster.
Right.
So
Obviously, you shoot that motherfucker.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have castle doctrine laws in Michigan? Can we shoot an ass if
I don't know. We'd have to get clarification on that.
Yeah.
Because I know some of them that just being in your house does not warrant being able to shoot them.
Yeah.
Florida, I don't think has that.
We know where you stand on hot chick. You'd let her explain, which right there is your privilege, ladies.
Again, it's
Privilege.
It's my level of feeling threatened. That's why a kid wouldn't necessarily just get shot.
Yeah.
Right?
I was going to say,
Three guys
like,
kick the door
black
in
or
and
brown
just come,
kid,
like-
Asian kid, does it matter?
Anybody?
Anybody, okay.
Just comes kick the door in and comes in. If I
You can
feel
ask me
threatened-
these questions too. I'll answer them as well.
And a
but
chick, if a chick comes in threatening, she's got a gun, fucking bye.
What if she's a 10?
Don't care.
Really?
She'll be a 9.5 when I'm done.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but an ugly chick comes in, fuck her.
How long you got? How long are they still warm?
Yeah. So, anyways, when they have a right for their property to be safe, Sheriff Marceno said this weekend, it's total devastation. People have a right to be safe in their homes. They have a right for their property to be safe, even when part of their home may be torn away. And these looters, that's unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. I'd highly suggest that if a looter breaks into your home, comes into your home while you're there to steal stuff, that you take your gun and you shoot him. You shoot him so he looks like grated cheese. Again, in the heat of the moment, he meant Swiss. Because you know what? That's one looter that won't break into anyone else's home and take advantage of them when they're the most vulnerable and the most weak.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I sort of do. NHL player. Are you familiar with Ian Cole?
No,
Plays
I'm not.
for. I know we don't watch a lot of hockey.
Do not.
It's not a big hockey house unless the Wings are having a great season or something.
Been a minute.
Yeah, wake me up when the Wings are doing well. We'll be right there. Yeah. But we're on board for the Lions just because we're football fanatics. It's just who we are. It's in our DNA. But the Red Wings got to earn that shit. Mm-hmm. I didn't grow up in a hockey family. There was no hockey team out west when my parents were growing up to root for.
Yep.
And so it was never passed on to me like football
When
was.
did the Ducks come out there?
Mighty Ducks in Anaheim?
Yeah.
Well, it would have been the Sharks, and the Sharks were in the mid-90s, or early 90s.
San Jose is closer, yeah.
Yeah, San Jose is a lot closer. Anaheim's way
it's
south.
like LA, yeah, sorry. I was thinking Sharks. They're green. They had the logo.
Yeah. But the San Jose Sharks, our buddies ran the Shark and Rose bar out there. Okay. Seike and Osterbeck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When Ryan went out there, he was in San Jose, and he and Ed were living together. And my grandma would drive me over to the Shark and Rose.
Really?
We'd play that dice game. You know that fucking, what's the name of it? Awesome game. We used to have so much fun playing it.
LCR?
No.
Liar's Dice?
No.
Craps?
No.
Uno? Yahtzee?
It was specific to out there. It was some game out there, but we used to play it.
How the hell would I know?
Because I brought it back here and we used to play it all the time. Had a nice leather cup with white. We used to play it all the time. It's been 25 years.
Backgammon?
No, it's not a game like that. But
okay.
It was fun as shit. We'd sit at the rail, and this is when no smoking laws first went into effect. And the Shark and Rose was right down the street from the Shark Tank, which was the home ice of the San Jose Sharks. So it was kind of like the town bar for that. And Ryan didn't give a shit. Smoking laws were just coming out where it was like, you can't smoke in here. And we'd have someone on lookout at the front. We'd stay all night drinking and smoking our asses off in there. It was awesome.
Perfect.
You're like, yep, incoming. Could be a narc.
Heads up.
Heads up. No one gave a shit. It was great. Good old days. Anyways, the Tampa Bay Lightning suspended defenseman Ian Cole for allegedly grooming. That's a hell of a fucking accusation.
That's a hate crime. Can't even say it.
And sexually abusing a minor, sparking an investigation. The Lightning released a statement. Our organization takes these allegations very seriously. While we continue to gather more details, we've decided to suspend Ian Cole pending the results of an investigation. No members of the organization, including players, will comment further at this time. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, obviously, when you're talking about a situation where you're grooming or, what else did they say? Sexually abusing a minor. That's all awful. And if proved, I still believe, I hate that argument. It's not a right to play in the NHL or the NFL. Yeah, but, your innocence or the thought that you're innocent until proven guilty should mean something.
It should. That is a weird situation on that.
Let me give you a little more detail.
Yeah.
So that
that's
you
just
understand.
Across the board. I mean, that as soon as any allegations come out, they're quick to suspend or fire someone before due process is played out.
So you've got a girl named Emily Smith.
Okay.
She made the allegations on Twitter.
Okay. Well,
okay.
That's already strong.
Right. Said Cole groomed and sexually assaulted her and another minor just a few years into his pro hockey career. Ian felt emboldened to emotionally and sexually abuse me and other women because the NHL fosters a culture of misogyny. Okay, that's just a bold blanket statement.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, you're talking about very aggressive men to begin with. Mm-hmm. So culture of misogyny, you're just talking about a different kind of human being, right? Yeah. There are some alphas. Alphas need to exist too. I'm sorry. You might not like it. But alphas exist. And, when you're talking about that level of professional athlete, I'm not talking about grooming or sexually abusing anyone. But when you just blanket statement and say, oh, yeah, the NHL fosters an environment of misogyny. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to need more than just that statement.
It's probably not totally wrong. I mean, we've been around enough organizations to know that that's a fairly true statement.
Yeah,
so you can act like it, but
so are we. But if you're not breaking the law, if you're not raping anybody, it's on ladies to do some due diligence. Just because someone tells you they're the third string quarterback for a fucking franchise doesn't mean they are, and you need to spread your legs.
It's just a pickup line. That's all.
Right? Just a pickup line. Bobby was always the third string goaltender of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
There you go.
It was a team around here, because around here, Bobby's philosophy was everyone knows what hockey is. Everyone around Detroit loves hockey. Original six team.
Yep.
No one, and I mean no one, knows the depth chart of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Sure. Basically an expansion squad down in South Florida. No one. So I can just be, hey, I'm in town with my team. I'm a third string, second string goalie. Who the hell is going to know the first string goalie of the Lightning, let alone the second or third?
Yeah, who could pick a goalie out of the,
Yeah. And ladies, if it didn't work so easily, guys wouldn't use it so easily. Like, it's hard
What's
for
that
me.
say about you guys?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, at 6'3", you're a big guy. You could buy, maybe he is a third string quarterback.
Yeah.
You've got you're not that much smaller than the rest of the animals in the
I was in
room.
pretty good shape back then.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't say I was a linebacker.
Yeah. Bobby went goaltender, always
Smart.
wearing a mask, always with big padding on.
Smart, yeah.
That was his jam. I couldn't really lay the professional athlete thing down.
Yeah.
It was like when I got a fake ID. I got a fake ID saying I was 18 or 19, so I
you
could
go to
just
Canada?
get into Canada. Yeah. I was probably 18, but it was like, no one's gonna buy your 21, dude.
Yeah.
No one.
Let's go for 19 and go to
Let's
Canada.
just go for fucking 19.
Yeah.
Let's go
to Don Cherry's and watch some hockey games.
Exactly.
Or the Lions games when they black out.
Exactly. Now, Troy, he'll get the fake ID. He can get us beer going forward, but at least this way we can go hang at the bars.
Yeah, perfect.
So, Ian Felton Bolden, the NHL needs to hold themselves and their players accountable for creating an enabling environment of misogynistic and predatory behavior. Those who defend his character are the ones who have enabled him to do this for so long and know very well of his abusive behavior towards women. Cole denied the allegations, adding he would cooperate with the league, team, legal departments in the forthcoming investigation. I take the allegations made against me today in an anonymous tweet very seriously. You see the way he threw that in there, an anonymous tweet?
Of course.
I look forward to clearing my name and demonstrating to the NHL and the Lightning that these allegations are unfounded. The league launched the investigation, adding that the organization had no prior knowledge of the allegations until they were made and were posted on social media. Now, that's a little scary. Imagine, if you will, your team's having a great year.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, a rival city goes up on Twitter and declares your star player a groomer and a sexual abuser.
Yeah.
With it, nothing else. Now, is it fair for your team to take your star player and, by the way, poking the bear even more and saying, and you stood by Detroit Red Wings and you're cool with this. You foster this environment of misogyny. Without going to court, none of this is played out. You don't know.
Yeah.
For all you know, this is some out of her skull Emily Smith.
Well, I would hope that the team, the league, however this goes, would at least do some due diligence on their own part, some of their own, the internal investigation bullshit.
Yeah.
Before they would just take it at face value. So I'm sure they don't want to immediately lose their star player either. It's not in their best interest.
Yeah.
They have an image to protect, but they also have games to win.
Yeah.
So they're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place where if this continues and they let him play, how dare you let a rapist on your team?
I think the NHL would be easier to get away with that, letting him play.
Yeah.
It seems like how to say this, very the fan base and the makeup of the league seems very, like they're not going to get into the social justice game as much as other leagues.
Well, they all have daughters, so nobody really gets into the raping thing, no matter which side of the aisle you're on.
Not raping.
Yeah, sexual abuse.
Abuse. I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I'm just streamlining it.
I don't mean to sweep that under the rug, and I wasn't trying to sound racist about the league.
No, it's probably that she was underage, and he banged her. So that becomes sexual abuse because she was a minor.
He comes into the league, let's say, and I don't know Ian Cole, but he must be pretty good. Let's say he comes into the league at 19 years old. He meets a 16-year-old girl on TikTok, online, whatever. He knows she's 16. She's still sort of in his age group, right? 19 to 16.
Yeah.
And he continues talking to her for 2 years. Doesn't touch her. Now, would that be considered grooming? The fact that you had conversations with this girl going, I'm counting down. There used to be an actual website that counted down for years when the Olsen twins turned 18.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that was a thing, believe it or not, in the 90s.
Oh, yeah. I remember, yeah.
So for this guy, if he's going, well, she's cute, she seems fun, I like her, but she's underage, I can't do anything. So I'll just kind of keep a line of communication.
Yeah,
Is that technically grooming?
I don't know.
And if it is, enlighten me. I'm fine with that.
Besides, grooming's a hate crime.
It is?
The term.
Oh, yeah.
So pick your battles here. I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
weird 'cause
I don't
it's
know
a
all the
real term,
details.
too.
I didn't go through all this. I'm looking at her tweet right here. I didn't go through all the details on this to see
You can
exactly
pull it up.
what was going on.
I don't know if
It's fucking a novel. I mean, it's not a tweet.
Well,
what
the
happened?
thing is,
What happened to
Troy,
like
she
limiting
posts-
characters? Oh, it's because you can do a picture of it. That's a
Well,
nice
she posted this
loophole.
Friday.
Yeah.
So Friday, most people are gone for the weekend. I know the league, the season's about to fire up, but that's basically telling your player, unfortunately, we don't believe you, or we fear there's going to be so much backlash if we don't automatically condemn you and go talk about how this is so egregious and under no circumstances will we tolerate this kind of behavior. And he could be sitting there going, what behavior?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm sure there was a conversation. I don't know how these all go down, but
And
I'm
maybe
sure they
he's
got
a
together.
monster, Troy.
And it's possible. And maybe they just went, "Hey, listen, it's a bad look. Go play some golf. It's early, season hasn't even started yet. It's preseason. Take some time. We're gonna get this thing figured out.
Yeah.
We believe you.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a little vacation. I don't know if he's suspended without pay. He's still honoring his contract. I don't know how that all goes. I don't know which way.
I would think that would open the league up to, a suit.
Which
if it's
way?
if it's like,
either way, they're probably opening themselves
maybe
up
not
to
the
a suit.
league, but the team.
Yeah.
If you say I've been a member of this team in good standing for years. One tweet from an anonymous person on Friday, and you've kicked me off the fucking team while you investigate? Like, what the fuck is that? What happened to innocent until proven guilty? Like,
Yeah, but this isn't new. That's been handled like that for years.
not years. It's sort of a newer thing.
Well, I mean, with serious allegations.
Deshaun Watson? I mean, that went on. The NFL has arguably dropped the ball quite
big time. But he also, was benched by his team. So he wasn't suspended. He was still getting his checks. But
that's just because they didn't want to cut him because they knew he'd go somewhere else, and he's that fucking good. They were trying to figure out a way, how do we keep this guy on the team?
I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that before it all plays out, that actions have been taken. It's not all that.
And just like that, he's back with team activities today.
Oh, okay, good.
Deshaun, yeah.
Well,
he'll be back in a few weeks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Deshaun,
Yeah, they got to be ready for week 8 or 9 or whatever.
11.
Oh, yeah, that's what they bumped it up to a 10-week suspension or 11.
Why would they do that to you? Who are they playing again on week 11? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, his ex-team. Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
We need ratings.
I wonder how that's going to be received, by the way.
Here's what I would love to happen is that they gave him, what was it, a 3 or a 6 game originally, whatever the first one came down.
6 game.
It was supposed to be an arbitrator.
Chick judge.
Everybody was going to do it.
Yeah.
And then old Goodell was like, "No, I'm looking like an asshole. We got to do more." And then they came out and they were like, "All right, it's going to be 12 weeks." And he was like,
Hold on.
"Wait,
Hold on.
okay." See, that doesn't really work for me
How
either.
about 10? And then we can start promoting in week 6 that upcoming week 11.
Exactly.
Is that a primetime game? Do you know?
They'll probably flex it.
Probably. I did want to get a couple more stories in.
All right.
Before we're done. And this one.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
Insurance. We all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business and offers all types of insurance coverage. Auto, home, health, life, commercial, and more. So call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900. And as for Brent Wasik at Wasik Insurance.
Thank you.
Take your time.
I was sending a text. I was about to text Kabara and say.
Well, you could do that after the show.
I know, but then I'll forget. Is my fear.
Good job.
I know how seriously you've taken basketball over the years, and I'm talking about your playing career.
Yeah.
Not watching. Do you think you could handle losing to a chick?
Well, yeah, I'm not. Yes. I mean,
Was there a day when you would not have handled that well?
No, I mean, no, not really. I mean,
in your prime, do you think there's a chick on planet Earth who could beat you?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. I was never that good. I mean, I didn't play
Yeah, but
college ball or anything.
No, I know, but you boxed out well. You were a motherfucker underneath.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, she'd regret it. But she...
Yeah.
But listen, especially you want to get to a little point guard, somebody with handles that, I don't have that, you know?
Yeah.
That's especially like one-on-one is a way different game than team game.
I'll never forget the man show did it. I've mentioned it on this show before, but Jimmy Kimmel, and I meant to ask Adam Carolla when we had him on the show, but he was kind of a dick. And I never ended up getting there. He had to go or something. He was walking his dog. It was kind of an awkward interview.
Yeah.
But he and Jimmy played two members of the female UCLA basketball squad.
Yeah.
And whooped their ass.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Took those two girls down. And it was like,
and I'm not saying every chick basketball player beat me. I'd smoke most of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course there was women that could beat me. 100%.
21-year-old woman in Texas was shot and killed by a friend after she beat him in a basketball game.
See, that's a sore loser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
how about shit was she talking after?
it sounds like they were talking shit.
Yeah.
But if in a lady's defense,
you lost, dude.
there's very few times that a lady's going to get to dance and talk shit and piss on the face of a guy.
Yep.
When it comes to an athletic competition. You know, we're not talking about a card game. We're not talking about something where, athletic ability isn't taken into account.
Yep.
If a chick beats a guy straight up one-on-one in a tennis match, basketball game, whatever, for her to nanner a little bit, talk a little shit, grab her crotch.
That's her opportunity. Exactly right.
Yeah.
My dick's bigger than yours.
Yeah. And so her name is Asia Womack. She was shot and killed by a friend in a local park. Womack, former high school basketball star.
By a friend? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was shot and killed by the suspect after she beat him in a pickup basketball game. When officers arrived, they found Asia Womack on the sidewalk with multiple gunshot wounds. Dallas Fire and Rescue responded, took Womack to an area hospital where she died. DPD Crime Stoppers are offering a $5,000 reward for any information that leads to the arrest of the suspect.
Yeah, they know who he is.
Yeah, her friend.
Fucking clown.
Did they show him?
No.
I want to know, is he black? Is he white? Can we get his name, his height, his weight?
No.
You're just going to say the suspect?
Why do you think you don't know? I mean, right.
I have my theory as to why.
My guess is there's probably already a couple of pictures of him
Yeah.
somewhere. I mean, there's got to be. They were friends.
My guess is if he was a white guy, this would be front page news and they would be plastering this white guy's face everywhere.
This absolutely would be.
Right?
Yeah, it'd be a hate crime.
Exactly. Womack was playing a game
Be a
of
hate crime, be a race crime, and it would she's probably lesbian.
Sexist,
so it'd
too.
probably be against the alphabet community. Too.
Yeah, homophobic crime.
Yep.
Well, she does play basketball, so I'm assuming odds are greater than 50-50 that
Exactly.
she likes box more than we do.
And she's good at it, so it's more like 90-10.
She was playing a game at TJ Terry Park near her home in South Dallas. The two had been trash talking during the game. I need more than that. Was she talking about his manhood?
Yeah.
Was she like what? I don't know. I don't know any girl that's really good at trash talking.
Yeah. Well, she backed it up on the court.
Yeah.
She fucking
so maybe
balled
she's
out.
really good. But she strikes me as someone, female basketball player, trash talking and able to win a game.
Hey,
she's someone that's going to be yelling, "Suck my dick" at him.
Probably.
Right.
Hey, she could have just been saying "scoreboard, motherfucker."
Yeah.
Scoreboard.
Just
How many
pointing
points-
to
How
it.
many points you got?
Yeah. They'd been trash talking during the game, and she reportedly teased him afterwards.
Neener. Huh? Yeah.
So at some point,
So if a
do
dude
you
beat him-
need to know when to hang up the trash talk and not move into the teasing afterwards?
I think she might have gone a little too far. Yeah.
Perhaps.
She might regret those last bit of teasing.
After the game was over, the shooter took his children and brother home, then drove back to the park where he shot her 5 times.
Okay.
The family knows the suspect, did not make his name public. Why?
Yeah.
What are you protecting? This was supposed to be a friend of Asia's. She's eaten with the man. She's fed him. And he turned on her and killed her in a vicious way. This is so senseless.
Hey, the only thing I can hope is that they want to find him before the police do.
Yeah.
They want.
Do you have a picture of Asia Womack, by the way?
They want a little vigilante justice.
What does Asia look like?
Asia looks like
Asian.
Oh, wait a minute. We might have.
Hold on.
We might have pictures of him. Let's see.
Oh,
so
boy.
That's her.
She's a black chick. I was thinking Asian. Asia is so close to Asian.
Is that what you were thinking?
Yeah. I was thinking her parents were lazy Asians.
Yeah.
And they just went, just name her Asian, move on.
There's some confusion at the hospital.
Yeah. Which one's yours?
You used the wrong
Asian,
line.
Man. Asian, motherfucker, Asian.
So I don't know if this is him.
Shot multiple times by a friend. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not possibly a mugshot, is it?
I don't know.
Not sure. But that seems to be.
Yeah, dude, he got stone cold ass whooped by her.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
tough.
listen.
And none of these have his name.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
I know. They actually have pictures of it, but they don't have his name. Sorry.
Well, if he's down in Dallas, he's not that far from the border. Son, you hightail that shit to Mexico.
Yeah, they'll just let you right in that way.
Hell yeah. Womack's aunt, Juanita Smith, told NBC Dallas Fort Worth, I just don't understand why you kill somebody over a basketball game. I believe in forgiveness, but justice needs to be served. Maybe that's what you're talking about, T.
Yeah.
Where the family's looking for this dude.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
It's hard because it's my only sister. Does this sound to you? Because I was trying to think of this situation. There has to be more to this story than just he beat her at hoops. They're playing horse and he beat her.
He was embarrassed. He got humiliated in front of his people, in front of his boys, and his boys were probably talking shit to him too. And he got fucking all butt hurt, and he went and got the fucking heater and came back.
Does this sound like
I've had to run twice from the courts from dudes going to the trunk.
What?
Oh,
run from the court. I thought you were talking court system.
No, from the basketball court because they don't like losing to women or fucking white guys.
Whiteies, yeah.
And they talk a little shit, I'll talk it right back.
Yeah, you will.
Mm-hmm. But
well, do you think there's any chance that he wanted to bang her and was going to let her win and then but she's like, fuck you, brother. I ain't banging you.
No, I put the evidence up.
Yeah, she's not that bad. I mean, she looks better without bullet holes in her, but wait.
That's now.
Hold on. Wait, where were the other pictures?
They're there too.
No. The other ones. Yeah, well.
Okay. I'm giving you the just look at her defense, sir. I mean, just because they took the best picture she's ever taken in her whole life to put all over the art.
All right.
No. I stand by my defense.
Yeah, they better not go with he was love struck. Yeah.
Jinx.
Yeah. Will you Coke? Buy you Coke? Something smack you? A beetle?
Something like that.
Yeah. They can't go to court using the love struck defense. No. It's going to have to be I was embarrassed in front of my boys because I played a game of horse with a horse and I lost.
Yeah, and I hope that's what it is. I hope the neighborhood's taking care of them. And we'll handle this in-house. Yeah. You can have them when we're done with them.
Lastly, I wanted to watch this video with you.
Okay.
This is a female comedian.
Okay.
Hold it.
Okay.
I know what you were going to say next, but a pro-Trump heckler and her husband took their protest to a comedian's performance a step too far. They fired a beer can at her. They say at her head, but
I mean, it's just
hard.
Throw. Yeah.
Yeah. It smashes against the wall. She ends up picking that beer can up and drinking it.
Okay.
Which gets the crowd on her side, obviously.
Of course, yes. That's a power move.
There was a brief exchange. Her name is Ariel Elias. She celebrated avoiding serious injury by chugging the beer in question to the delight of the audience at Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club. Uncle fucking Vinny's. I wonder where that is. Point Pleasant, New Jersey. It's by the fucking boardwalk. The heckler's husband is the one that hurled a beer can at the stage, narrowly missing her, slamming against the exposed brick wall. No. Here's what I want. Okay, here's where this becomes a problem for me.
Yeah.
So there was a group of people here, and let's see. The official Uncle Vinny's Twitter account later tweeted they were pressing charges against the beer thrower. He was only identified by the account as the heckler's white trash husband. Elias told Rolling Stone, so now she's getting interviewed by Rolling Stone over this.
Yep.
In an interview that her set was not going very well before the incident with the heckler, she said there was a rowdy group of around 20 people having a Mexican-themed birthday who were wearing fake mustaches.
Okay.
Elias said that they had been told to keep it down before her set began. Of the beer chug, I knew I had to chug it. I was so relieved that there was still some left in there after it exploded against the wall. Also, my adrenaline was going crazy. So even though normally I don't drink before or during sets, I felt like it was a valid exception. Yeah.
Okay. Just spare me.
One of the birthday group apologized to her for the behavior. Another member of the audience gave her a 20. Elias's actions got some positive reactions from comedy A-listers.
Yeah.
So let's see if you can sense a pattern with the comedy A-listers.
All right.
Jimmy Kimmel, who tweeted 5 stars for this flawless performance. Now, keep in mind, we're going to watch this video. The drunken fools in the crowd are in a dispute over who she voted for.
Okay.
They're obvious Trump fans.
Yep.
Okay?
Sure.
They're Trump fans. She's not. So Jimmy Kimmel, 5-star, flawless performance. Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Ariel wasn't even doing political material. The drunk heckler was craving what every maggot craves, grievance and revenge, and they'll alter the reality before their eyes to get it. You sound like you voted for Biden. That's one of the guys said in the crowd.
Oh, I was going to say, geez, is that Patton Oswalt's quote?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's saying, maggots, MAGA, get it?
Yeah. See what he did there.
He's saying they crave grievance and revenge, blah, blah, blah. So this is just what he sees all the time.
Yeah. Well,
these MAGA people. And at one point, she goes, I don't know, you don't know who I voted for. And the chick in the crowd goes, it sounds like you voted for Biden. And he says, so part of his quote is, you sound like you voted for Biden. Yeah, Patton, you know what that sounds like.
Yeah, just like you sound like you voted for Biden.
Exactly.
And which is,
mass driver looks like you voted for Biden. We all know what that means.
And that's everyone's right.
Yeah.
So that's that. The real issue here is not what the dispute was about.
Yeah.
Because there's hecklers and there's arguments all the time at comedy shows.
Right.
That no matter what, it doesn't matter what the argument was about. This is wrong on every level.
Yep.
Unacceptable on any level. And her reaction, I from what I hear, was done exactly right. It was a power move to pick it up and chug the beer.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what it was.
Well, I just wanted to see if you saw the pattern with Jimmy Kimmel, Patton Oswalt, Whitney Cummings. Excellent. Can I open for you? And then rounded off with Star Trek's George Takei calling Elias a hero among us.
Exactly. Well, of course they went to all the libtards to get the response for that.
Well, those people saw the video and then just tweeted on their own.
Oh, those are their actual tweets?
Yeah.
Well, which ones they chose to
Here's
publish.
the thing. I saw the video, and here's what I'm wondering your opinion on. Like, these guys are like, oh, my God, can I open for you? You're amazing. Well, I watched it. I didn't think she was that amazing. In fact, she didn't know how to handle a heckler.
Yeah.
Sounds like a young,
of course,
and she didn't know how to get out of that situation. Not that most people would, but then we don't get to go on Twitter and praise her as like, oh my God, 5-star, genius. The only reason you're saying that, not because of what she did on stage, but because she's for Biden like you are, and these people are clearly for Trump. Yeah. So let's watch a video. Maybe you'll have a different take and go, she did fine. She did great. I think she does okay at one point, but I just don't, this doesn't strike me as like a comedian on top of their game.
I wouldn't think so.
What's your question?
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Did I vote for Donald Trump? What do you think?
No.
Okay. Here's the question for you. Why would you ask me that in here knowing I'm the only Jew in this room? Are you trying to get me killed? If it makes you feel any better, I vote in New York. My vote doesn't matter there. It doesn't matter here either. It doesn't matter, guys. Everybody vote for whoever you want to vote. I don't care who you voted for. I'm just happy we're all here together.
So you voted for Biden.
So fuck her.
I don't know. Why does it matter? Yeah, so what? What does it matter?
I can just tell by your jokes you voted for Biden.
Why are we talking about politics? I can tell by the fact that you're still talking when nobody wants you to that you voted for Trump.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
So far, I think she's done fine. She tried to diffuse the situation.
Yeah, she did.
Tried to steer it away from politics.
Yep. So rude.
Don't her sound south.
All right, make some noise if you want her to shut up.
All right, good. There you go.
But I did ask if anybody had any questions. I didn't think it was going to be. That's on me. That was on me for thinking I could have a human interaction with somebody. That's my fault. No, look, I'm such an insecure person. Here, I'll tell you the rest of that bit, and then we'll move on. I'm so insecure. I went and got an IUD. Oh!
Come on, buddy. Thank you. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, I'm never coming out with this group of people ever again. Straight up? Yeah.
Good move.
Yeah, hey, in fact, I don't have a problem with anything she had up there. I mean, I think she did handle herself well, in all honesty.
Yeah.
I don't know how well her routine was going, what her bit was, how strong her
Actually
act
came
is.
off a little better than I remember watching this morning.
Okay. Might have been a little jilted watching this morning.
No. I didn't think it was like usually comics. Well, unless they have prepared stuff, they kind of know where they're going. They have comebacks already.
Yeah.
You know, I don't go to your job and pull the dicks out of your mouth. You know, whatever dumb comeback they may have, they have like a pocket full of those. She didn't seem to have those and was trying to bail out of the whole. So whatever her routine was, made it clear who she was voting for.
Okay.
And this is E's
Which
big
is most comedians, by the way.
not most. But this was E's problem, is he was getting really pissed off that anybody could say anything they wanted against Trump.
Yeah.
But if anybody had a differing opinion, they'd get fucking run out of the room.
Yeah.
Where he's like, this is bullshit, man. I don't care that you're praising Biden or shitting on Trump, but nobody in the room ever has something positive to say or has a different take on this.
The problem is that this doesn't have this doesn't and shouldn't have anything to do with politics, Biden or Trump.
My only point, Troy, is for whatever reason, whatever she was saying, not that it matters, whatever she was saying on stage obviously made these people believe.
And exactly, but they're still out of line.
Yeah,
Way out of
100%.
line. So I mean,
I hope they're banned for life.
I'm not even sure what your argument though is on that point. That it's okay that I don't even understand where you're trying to go there. I get it only goes one way. That's not lost on me at all. But I don't know what it has to do with this.
No, nothing. But except she's like trying to back out, like, I don't make things about politics. And other people are like, she wasn't even talking about politics. Well, obviously something that we didn't see made people in this crowd, made it pretty clear to them that she was doing political shit.
So?
Yeah, no, I
did?
agree. So? It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I'm just for context.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see the first 5 minutes of her set, which she said was going poorly.
And who knows? She could have just made a fucking pro-abortion joke. I mean, a pro-choice joke.
Yeah.
Or something.
You voted for Trump. Yeah. At least the girl wasn't slurring her words. I expected her to be totally slurring her words. You didn't vote for Trump. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, and I wasn't sure how that was going to go. And that beer can throw is so out of left field.
Yeah.
Like they weren't even interacting at that point. It'd be one thing if she was giving it back and if it came right on the heels of that, you won't shut the fuck up, so you voted for Trump line.
Yeah.
And then boom, chucked a can. But it just, I don't know. I have just zero tolerance for it.
Good job, Trump
whatsoever.
fans. You made her career.
Exactly.
She's being interviewed by BuzzFeed and fucking.
And congratulations, you look like the asshole they want you to be.
Right.
So bravo.
100%.
Most of the time it's them screaming and being fucking maniacs.
You know what I think would happen? Because we oftentimes, when we go to see comic friends of ours, a lot of times listeners will be there, and so we end up having one of those table of 10s, table of 20s. I got to think that if a show like that was going on and we were enjoying a comic and someone in our group of 20 behaved like that and then chucked a beer on stage, you wouldn't need bouncers to drag that person out of the club.
No, absolutely not.
I would think we would do that.
Yeah.
That we would go, dude.
Well, it wouldn't even got to that point.
And maybe it's...
I would have told her to shut the fuck up the minute she popped off. Who knows? I mean, everybody handles things differently. I don't know how drunk they are. I don't know what the dynamic of that group is.
Sounds like a fun group celebrating a Mexican birthday out there with fake mustaches.
Congratulations and sombreros. Woo! Have dos más tequilas, por favor.
Yeah.
Crazy. They're the dregs of the earth. I don't care who you voted for. People like that are just pieces of shit.
Oh my God!
And again, that just goes back to why do people have to be defined by their political beliefs? It's the downfall of society.
Yeah,
is.
It's so bad. It's not getting any better, and I don't know, man.
And these people paid to go to the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got what you paid for.
Back it up just a hair, T, to when the beer is thrown. It sounds like someone yells something like.
Well, I think there's
is that people at their
there's
table?
riff at that going. Once it was like, oh my god, I will never go out with these people again, or something like that.
That's what I thought I heard.
Right, something like that. Oh,
That was
If you want her to shut up.
make some noise if you want to shut up. That was great.
But I did ask if anybody had any questions. I didn't think it was going to be. That's on me. That was on me for thinking I could have a human interaction with somebody. That's my fault. No, look, I'm such an insecure person. Here, I'll tell you the rest of that bit, and then we'll move on. I'm so insecure. I went and got an IUD.
come on, buddy, you can't do that.
Yo, I'm never going out with this group of people ever again.
Yeah, I'm never going out with this group of people ever again.
Make sure you got that on tape.
Yeah.
Smart.
You hope it's one of those embarrassing, drunken, stupid things where the next morning she's forced to make a dozen phone calls. Going, I don't know what the hell happened. I'm so sorry.
I don't know. No, whatever.
There's no place for it though, man.
There isn't. There is absolutely not, especially in the comedy world. I'll protect them and defend them to the ends of the earth.
Yeah.
You should be able to say and do, for the most part, you know, what it is. You start attacking somebody personally, you know, whatever, you're getting into that jousting battle, you're going to roll those dice.
Yeah.
But nothing there was personal. Nothing was over the line.
Yeah.
And people are just emboldened.
Yeah.
Scary
And
times.
is there anything she could have said on stage pre what we saw that would have?
I don't know. But why are you looking to blame her? It
No,
doesn't
no,
matter.
I'm
It doesn't
not.
matter at all what she said.
No, I'm not. I'm just having
know.
a discussion.
I mean,
for
she could've-
discussion's sakes.
She could have said, Trump folks are the biggest
Yeah.
fucking pieces of shit.
And
in the
that's where I
history of
was
the world.
going with it. If you were saying stuff like that, like,
Okay, well, you paid to go to the show.
yeah,
Okay.
I didn't pay to come get insulted.
Well, whatever. You didn't pay. Fuck yourself.
I'm
Get
just
over
keeping the
yourself.
conversation going. T, you know I don't believe that.
No,
you know I have the utmost respect for
But to
comics,
answer that, no, there's nothing
even
that she
chick
could
comics.
say that would justify that.
I hope your daughter gets raped.
Okay. Well, again, I should say that. Let's say if you cross the line, and you get personal. You're rolling those dice.
There you
You're
go.
fucking around. You might find out.
Okay.
Okay. But
right.
in the course of a material
Routine.
and doing a bit,
Yeah.
no.
And I like what she posted there when she the words like, "Hey, we're gonna move on,"
Yeah.
and then she wrote "LOL, nope."
Yeah.
And then the beer comes flying in. One of the things she posted on there too, she's talking to the mic and then she's also writing a description as the video's playing for when she posted it on social media. And she says, I guess it's my fault. I did a little Q&A and asked, if anyone had any questions. And so someone yelled, "Did you vote for Trump?" And she said, I do that sometimes. You never know when those conversations can lead to a new bit.
Yep.
Which is what we do here. You're always fishing. I'm always throwing the line out because I never know what you're going to respond with.
Yep.
Which is why I'm always fishing for stupid shit like, how would you react if she said this? You never know where that's going to go and spin into something fucking hilarious. That's how that happens, which is exactly what she's doing. Crowd work, if you can do it right, is phenomenal. It's
essential.
awesome.
Yeah.
It can be the best part of the show. I love good crowd work.
Definitely.
And some people can do it.
And
some people
hey, in all honesty, I really do think that she handled herself well. I don't think that she got really flustered on any level too bad in there. I don't think she was, like I expected her to be like, tripping over her words.
Yeah.
I thought she did great.
Yeah.
In all honesty.
And for those that are worried about her, she's already been booked back at the club.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a problem.
So she's
and
doing
the other
just
people will
fine.
have a lifetime ban. Thank God. They don't deserve to be out in public.
Yeah, I always wonder if those lifetime bans, I'd test it every month.
Yeah.
I think it's really going to work.
I had a lifetime ban from the dorms in OU.
Yeah.
I had my picture up there for
Deservedly
years.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought a lot of shame.
Yeah.
Dorms.
Go Grizz.
A lot of fun. Go Grizz. All right, T, let's wrap it up. We got Monday Night Football tonight.
Hell yeah.
Excited for some Monday. What do we got? Chiefs, Raiders?
Go Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
There you go.
Give me
There you go.
18.5 points.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening, everybody. We will be back tomorrow to do it again. Hopefully you'll join us. We will see you then.